Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, YAHAWAH, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, which is to say in the Paleo-Hebrew, also known as the Lashawan Quadash, YAHAWAH, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, BaHaShem, meaning in the name, YAHAWASHI, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Okay, and it just became evident to me that the famine of the word is already beginning. It's already beginning here, and it's being shown throughout these social media platforms. Okay, and I just want to bring out a couple of scriptures to expound upon that. And this is Revelation 12, and we're going to jump down to verse 12. And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Right. And, he's using his full authority that's allotted to him before he is taken out of rulership. Speaking of this government, that's governed by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? He has but a short time, and in these last days, he's coming down with full on-site, draconian laws and rules that he's passing. And and he's starting these rules and laws through his social media platforms, okay? He's making it more, strict for you to, get the truth out and, reprove and rebuke individuals, okay? And we're going to go into the reason why. But verse 13 says, "And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child." And who is the woman? The woman is speaking of Israel, the nation of Israel, okay? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, predominantly here in the Western Hemisphere, and then you have the rest scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth who look like the other nations, but through the patrilineal lineage go back to the Hebrew Israelites, okay? So he's looking to, come down and persecute the nation of Israel, okay? And that goes all into Jacob's trouble. But as of now, he's looking to persecute those who have the name and who are exalting the name, predominantly speaking on these social media platforms, okay? Now, I know one in particular, the Tube, you could put the 3 letters in front of that and know which one I'm talking about, but just for sake of, saying the name of the platform without getting it hit by the algorithm, I'm going to say Tube. So on the Tube, I notice if you use something that they can deem, a reason to make your video harder for you to reach a target audience, they can put restrictions on it, that can deter an individual from just casually going to click on your video, as opposed to someone else who has that same content, but the only difference is that individual isn't using a specific word. And we're going to go into that word when we, touch on this topic a little bit further down the line in this lesson. So let's recap these 2 verses, and then we're going to go into the next, part. So it says, Revelation 12:12, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil," Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because the devil, when you go into that word, it means to deceive. It says, "is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Right, so he's starting to pick it up in these last days. He's starting to be more, how should I say, he's starting to do a lot more nitpicking because this truth is getting to him, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see, man. It just all the more validate this truth, man, that you see this devil going out of his way to, do the most basicest things to try to stop this truth, man. And it's his form of nitpicking, man. And it just gives the truth all that more, validity, okay? It says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child, okay? Now, ultimately, that's talking about the nation of Israel, but out of the nation of Israel, the elect is actually who he's going after. And we're going to go into that with these, scriptures. But before we go into the next precept, let's look at this word dragon in the Greek.
Strong's G, 1404, drakon.
Okay, and it's drakon, okay, in the Greek. And one of the outline of biblical usage is a dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan, which is the adversary of the Most High. And when you go into that word dragon, you go into the word draconian, okay? And let's look up that word draconian. Let's see what one of the definitions of that word draconian is.
Draconian,
okay? That goes into dragon in the Greek, okay? And this dragon, this serpent, this devil, Esau, Edom, he's coming with these draconian laws and these rules, okay? He's going to make it harder for this truth to go out, all right? As opposed to, we're going to get into it, okay? But just remember, draconian and dragon. Now, the definition of draconian says, of laws of their application, excessively harsh and severe. Okay, so draconian is, associated with, hard and harsh laws, okay? And we're going to see exactly what this dragon is up to, okay? Because his what's the word I'm looking for? His campaign against the truth, the word, is already starting, whether you know it or not, okay? The famine of the word is already starting because this devil, he's already showing his, dragon-like tendencies, okay, with these draconian measurements that he's going through to try to, prevent this word from going out, okay? And we're going to get it in the scriptures, okay? So let's hear this word one more time.
draconian,
And look at the definition of laws of their application. Excessively harsh and severe, okay? And this is how he's using his platforms to, go about, filtering out certain, things of his platforms with these draconian measurements that he's taking. And we're going to get into it, as this lesson goes on, okay? So let's go back to Revelation 12, and then we're going to go on to the next precept. So we back in Revelation 12 and verse 13, and it says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the women which brought forth the man child. I mean, this is so beautiful, man, because this is all the more proof that this man is exactly who the Bible says he is, and he's being revealed. And now because he's being revealed, he's showing his true nature with this draconian rules and laws that he's putting into effect. And we're going to get the reason why, okay? Because it's evident. He's showing his true nature, and it's for anyone that can see, it's evident and it's plain to see, man, that this man has but a short time. So he's ramping up his campaign against the truth, okay? And one of the ways that he's going about doing it is using these draconian rules and measurements and laws that he has, okay? Until he actually is able to, bring about that chaos that he's going to be able to, do away with all the constitutional rights, all right? As far as First Amendment and everything else is going to go out the window once he brings about that complete chaos. But as of right now, he's using what measurements he can use without having to, fully reveal his hand, okay? And we're going to get into that, all right? So we know that dragon, when you go into that word in Greek, which is dracon, and you go into that definition, draconian, we know that those are harsh laws and harsh, measurements that they use to, make things, more difficult, all right? So now with that being said, let's go to the topic at hand, all right? Amos 8, and let's just do it. 11. And it reads, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahawah." Okay? Now, what am I talking about? It seems to me, and it's evident from the little bit of research that I've done, that seeing these names right here that I'm about to tell you will get your videos more harshly or more scrutinized if you say these names as opposed to not saying these names. And what is these names that I'm referring to? Of course, it's YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, or YAHAWAH, Bahashem YAHAWASHI. Any of those two names will get your video or anything that you're using more harshly scrutinized, okay? And to show you what I'm talking about, I did a video a day or two ago about a 7v7 altercation with a famous quarterback of the NFL, okay? Played the same footage from other videos, and nothing happened to their videos, okay? When you say the name YAHAWAH, Bahashem YAHAWASHI, or YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI, or anything of that, magnitude, your video will get heavily scrutinized, okay? And they will use anything that they can to, deter your video from going out, okay? Whether it's age restricted, whether it's copyright, whether it's infringement, whatever it is, they're going to use that power that they have, those draconian laws, those draconian measurements, to get your word from not being publicized, okay? To make it more difficult for it to come across the average viewer, okay? They're going to do whatever it is that they can use to shadow ban videos, to what? To make it difficult for individuals to just click on it without having to sign into a Google account or what have you, okay? And these are the beginning stages of the famine of the word, all right? Because it's going to come a time where you can't get the true names, okay? That's why you have these other individuals that use the names such as Christ or Yeshua or Yahawah or any other name outside of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Because those names, when you say those names, you get your video completely flagged, and they get what? Draconian laws attached to those videos, okay? As opposed to saying Christ or Yeshua or, Ahaya or the infamous, Jesus, okay? Any of those names, you can get that message out because there's no validity behind those names. There's no threat to those, with those names. But when you use the combination of Yahawah or YAHAWASHI or YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI or YAHAWAH Bahashem YAHAWASHI, your video, your lessons are going to get heavily scrutinized, and they're going to try to, bring forth as much draconian laws as they can, okay, for the time being. Whether that's age restricted, whether that's a copyright, whether that's, infringement, whatever it may be, they're going to use as many draconian measurements as they can to get your video, your lessons, to be removed or harder to be, harder to be found, okay? And I did another lesson where I did the same thing, okay? I used a video that was heavily, being shared throughout the social media platform too, and these videos have no names being mentioned of YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI, and I used the same exact footage, and little behold, what happened? They hit it with an age restrict, okay, showing you when you use the lesson with the combination of these names, your videos are getting heavily scrutinized by this devil, okay? And he's using his draconian measurements, his dragon-like measurements to come down, okay? For those of us who use the names, okay? So we're going to continue to use these names until they are completely removed from off the internet, all right? And he's trying his darndest to get these names removed off the internet, because along with these names come the truth, okay? And that's why individuals run from these names, because they want their videos to stay up on the internet for whatever purpose, for whatever reason they may use them for. It's not coming in the name of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, or Yahawah Bahashim YAHAWASHI, showing our people their transgressions, okay? Showing our people what? That they need to repent and turn back to the true names, okay? And that's why these videos are allowed to circulate and stay on the internet without having these, draconian laws attached to them, such as age restrictions, such as copyright infringement, such as whatever other draconian laws that they're going to use to come about, making it more harder for an individual to access this truth, okay? Until eventually they just wipe it all off the internet and it's all gone, okay? So it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words, Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, Yahawah, Bahashim YAHAWASHI, of Yahawah, okay? So he's allowing this devil to come about to bring these draconian laws and measurements to scrub these names, Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, off the internet, because he's getting ready, Yahawah, to remove the truth, okay? And soon you're not going to be able to find these names, okay? All you're going to be able to find is Christ, is Yeshua, is Jehovah, is Ahaya, is any name outside of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, okay? Because with those names come the full truth, okay? Comes the reproof that shows that says what? Show my people their transgressions, because without showing our people our transgressions, they're going to continue to, indulge and live in sin. And what? That's going to open them up for what? Judgment. And that's right along what the devil wants, okay? He wants an individual that don't have the truth, that don't have the names, that is continuing to sin and stay in transgressions, because that's easier for him to pick off in these last days, okay? And further so, going into Isaiah, the 58th chapter, what does it say? It says, cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins, okay? And without the true names, you can't show the people their transgression and their sins, and they're going to continue to indulge in those sins and those transgressions, and they're going to open up themselves for judgment, okay? And that's right along with Esau, Edom. That's what he wants, okay? As a devouring lion, he wants an individual or individuals that's constantly in transgression, okay? And without having the true names and calling on these other names, you're going to be in transgression, okay? Because along with these other names come other teachings and other doctrines, okay? That's not conducive to your salvation, okay? So that's why you see these other individuals and groups treading carefully not to use the name YAHAWASHI as much, or Yahawah as much, as opposed to using, Christ or Jesus or Yeshua or Jehovah or Yahweh or Yah or anything outside of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, or Yahawah Bahashim YAHAWASHI, because if doing so, that's going to cause attention to the videos and have the videos to be scrubbed or to be heavily scrutinized and to be, hit with some type of draconian measurement, okay? And in doing so, that's going to bring down their views, okay? And that's going to make it more harder for, individuals to come across their videos and to, be whatever part of organization or whatever teaching that the individual is, trying to convey, all right? So that's why you're going to see an influx of people not using the names of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, because they're going to come to find out that in doing so, that's going to get your videos or your lessons heavily scrutinized, okay? And by heavily scrutinized, I mean, hit with an age restrict, hit with a copyright infringement, or hit with some other type of, other else shadow ban, okay? And people want to get their videos out, and, at the cost or at the expense of not using the names of Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, they try to get around it by using the name Christ, or using the name, Yah, or anything outside of YAHAWASHI, Yahawah. And I say Wah because Wah is and in the Hebrew, okay? So YAHAWASHI and Yahawah, okay? They're gonna try to get around teaching their lessons by using, other names outside of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, all right? And it's just apparent, because these two videos I did, I got them straight off the same source, which is the same platform, use the same exact, video, which is circulating throughout everybody else's channels. And the only thing is, everybody else is not using the names YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, allowing their videos to be circulated and to be, used for lessons, but not be hit with age restrictions or, copyright infringement. And I'm talking about major platforms like, syndicate shows is showing the same altercation with that 7v7 and what's not going on. You're not seeing any type of age restriction or any type of copyright infringement or any type of draconian laws that's being used against those, syndicate talk shows. Because why? Those syndicate talk shows are allowed to, promote folly, okay, without correction, okay? But when you go into, using the names YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI and show our people our transgression through, these type of folly incidents that happen, like speaking with this 7v7 with this, infamous quarterback that once played in the NFL, and you use the name YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, now all of a sudden your video get hits with an age restrict, okay? Now all of a sudden when you go into, the woman who unalived herself and who tried to unalive herself but unalive her two children, you get what? Age restrict, okay? These videos are heavily circulated throughout that same platform, and you can easily go click on any video, and it's not as difficult as it was if it would be if you clicked on a video that's promoting the names YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, and they hit them with an age restrict or copyright infringement. But now these other platforms on this same platform, these other channels, should I say, on the same platform, you can easily have access to, okay? Click on it, no verification of your age, no verification of anything. You just click on it and watch it and see somebody getting hit and beat up, okay? And what happens? You can just watch it in its entirety, having no you having no idea of the reason why this folly is transpiring, okay? Because they're not here to, show, Jacob their transgression. They're just here to get hits and get sensationalized, and have their video sensationalized, okay? So that's why, it's going to come a famine of the word where you ain't going to be able to get this truth at all. They're going to remove these names completely off the internet, okay? And off their social media platforms, okay? Which is why here in the state of Florida, they trying to pass that, that bill and get it into legislation, which they have, and trying to get Governor Santos to sign it so that it can be official that way. Individuals under the age of 16 cannot, access certain social media platforms, okay? And if the only way you can verify, a social media platform is by signing up to that platform and showing that you're of the age of 16 and older, then they're going to know exactly who you are. But if you don't sign up on that platform verifying who you are, they're going to just assume that you're under the age of 16 and you're not going to be able to access certain videos, okay? And that's why they have the advent of age restrict, because they're going to use that age restrict rule, that draconian law, to, filter a lot of these videos with the names of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, okay? Trust and believe. They're going to use that age 16 restriction to justify under that law that they can, scrub or make a lot of videos not accessible to the average viewer, okay? Unless they sign up showing who they are, because they're going to have to put their age in, their name, and so on and so forth to prove that they're of age. And then they're going to know who's watching what anyways, okay? So they're going to get you no matter which way you go, okay? That's why, it says in Matthew, the 5th chapter, in the 10th verse, it says, Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So let them persecute us for righteousness' sake, for ours is the kingdom of heaven, okay? So we know, they're going to come down eventually on this truth in its entirety, whether it's out and about, teaching on the streets, or whether it's doing lessons on the internet, okay? They're going to come after this truth completely, all right? It's just the matter of how they're doing it. They're doing it, for the time being, they're doing it in a subtle way where people can't actually see, okay, until it's actually already been implemented and it's actually taken off the internet completely, entirety. Speaking of the names, okay, because they're going to allow certain, individuals to, to still push whatever it is that they're pushing, as long as they don't use those names, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, okay, which is not going to be showing the people their transgressions, because calling on these other names instead of calling on the true name of our Lord and Savior, Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, is not going to be conducive to your salvation, okay? This is all the, this is all the means why they allowing these individuals to continue to allow their channels to grow and continue to push whatever it is that they're pushing, because they're not using those names, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, all right? Instead, they're using the names, like I said, Christ, Yah, Yeshua, Ahaya, Jesus. These names aren't any type of threats to their system, to their beast-like system. It's not until you get the names Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, or YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, that you get your videos, your lessons heavily scrutinized, okay? And they look for any type of measurements that they can use to hit it with some type of draconian, legislation or law or rule or whatever it is according to their platform, okay? So look for things to intensify as we get closer and closer to the end, okay? So, this is what it is, okay? So the famine of the word is coming, all right? And you seeing the beginnings of it, in its workings already, okay? You seeing, like I said, Florida trying to pass that 16 and under, age restrict social media, okay? So they can hit certain videos with that age restrict, all right? If they deem it whatever it is that they want to deem it, okay? Because it's evident and apparent that the same video that I use, that's circulating heavily throughout that social media platform, the tool, I clicked on a lot of other videos and there's no resistance to seeing the same exact video, if not more of that footage than what's on the lesson that I put up. But on the lesson that I use, they hit it with an age restrict. Go figure. All right. So it's apparent that those names are getting to them and they're trying their best to cover those names up, okay, and to scrub those names off the internet with the amount of authority that they have right now, okay? So they're going to use their draconian laws and measurements to, cover up those names as much as possible, whether it's age restrict, whether it's shadow banning, whether it's hitting your videos with copyright infringements, whatever it is, just be prepared to continue to fight the good fight all the way into the end, okay? I believe it's Ecclesiasticus 4:28. Strive for the truth until the end, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. All right, roughly paraphrasing. So just wanted to bring this lesson out and make it aware, make it aware to the individuals out there, that these names aren't going to be easily accessible forever. So get them while you can, because sooner rather than later, they're going to take them completely off the internet, all right? In some way, shape, or fashion. It's going to be harder for you to access these names. They're going to allow those names, like I said, those names that are not YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, to be still circulating, but the names YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, or YAHAWAH, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, it's going to be, almost damn near impossible to access, okay, to the point that you're not going to be able to access it, all right? So get this truth while you can. So, stay grounded, stay in this truth. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found, okay? Because, these names aren't going to always be accessible to you, all right? And along with these names comes, showing our people our transgression, okay? Showing them that these names are the true names to call on and not those other names, all right? So get it while you can, because it's not going to be always promised to you, all right? So we're not going to take up too much more of your time. We're going to go ahead and close out with 1 Peter 5 and verse 8, and it reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." Okay, and he gonna hit a lot of videos with those draconian measurements. Okay, making it harder for people to access these names. Okay, allowing these people that don't have the true names to be open up for all types of judgment, and the Most High is going to send that judgment. Okay, it tells you that in Ecclesiasticus 39 and the 28th verse. All right, he the one that put these spirits to go to work. So not having the name and steady, being found in transgression, sin is going to allow, people to get open up for all type of judgments. All right, so consider yourself blessed that you have the names and that you can continue to endure unto the end. All right, so just continue to endure while you have the opportunity, and continue to call on those names: Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, BaHaShem YAHAWASHI. Okay, all the way into the end. All right, and just continue to be sober. All right, because these names aren't for everyone, and everybody ain't going to have access to these names once the famine of the word take place. So just continue to be vigilant and continue to fight the good fight all the way up until the end. So I pray someone was edified through this lesson, and until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith, and we almost home. Shalom. Peace.